Hello and welcome to Move the Line Prop Drop Show presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm Ryan Noonan back with my friends Connor Allen, John Hyslop. Week 9, here to talk about the best way, the most profitable way to bet on NFL football and set through player props. We are live here 3 p.m. Eastern every Friday on the 4for4 Bets YouTube channel. I want to take your questions today. Hopefully we have some more time for that. We're going to still build $1 million parlay. Just absolutely shut down one of these books. Maybe FanDuel, maybe Draft, or maybe we're not going to do it to DraftKings. They're paying the bills.
Yeah, let's keep
FanDuel. We're going to keep DraftKings around a little bit. So, Slop, what's going on, baby? How are you?
Living the dream, man. Had a great Halloween. The kids had great takes. Great time. I mean, these bags are full. There's no chance they can eat them all. There's no chance they're going to know stuff missing. I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven.
I love
unstoppable right now. Unstoppable.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Connor was telling us last weekend, right? He has to worry about adults dressing up, going out partying, getting plowed, whatever he's doing. Not on our scene.
That broke my brain. Like when he said that, I was like, oh, shit, I guess I do remember that. Like that used to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like now it's all like, what are the kids got to do to make sure everybody's got their cost? Like it has nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? Like zero. Like there's no thought put into me on Halloween.
I had some pretty bad Sunday scaries last week because, Saturday night got a little bit too much to the point where I broke the disco ball that was at these people's houses. So I had to buy them. I just bought them a new one. Yeah, I was like throwing it around and like tossing it. And turns out those things shatter. Turns out those things just like explode like a little ball. It was mistakes were made, but it was a great time. So
was everyone pissed? Like did it ruin the vibe for the party? Usually breaking shit does.
Well, it was one of those things where we were some of the last people there. There was only 4 or 5 people left at this point. So
okay.
And everyone's cool with breaking everything.
Yeah. If I was already okay, well, it's probably time to go.
Yeah. That's when my wife usually starts grabbing me. It's like, let's go, buddy. You've had your fun. Give these people your information so they can contact us tomorrow and get all this fixed.
Yeah, just in advance, you get the Venmo when you get the directions to the place. It's like, I'm going to have to send you money for something. Just don't know what it is yet or, how much it's going to be. So just give that to me now so I have it.
Connect on Venmo. You know what I mean? Just connect on Venmo. Who knows?
Yeah. Apologize for the nice little cents.
I'm sorry in advance.
Yeah. I had the opposite end. I got a 16-year-old who goes to see a scary movie with friends and a 3-year-old, trying to check it out really for the first real time yesterday too. It was a champ. Kid was efficient. Kids really, when they're real young, aren't really efficient. It's just kind of you got to drag them around. Dude, my 3-year-old was like, let's go, Dad. Next house.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Yeah. The 3-year-olds, they just don't get that. You get more if you go. You know what I mean? Right. So they're just like, oh, I don't really want to go. It's like, yeah, but there's candy over there. You know what I mean? Let's go. But as they start getting older, they get better at it. It's a lot easier for me now, because they're the youngest one is in 5th grade. So I'm all set, dude.
Yeah, you're living the dream a little bit.
Yeah,
my 3-year-old is not.
Wait for the candy to get here.
Yeah. My 3-year-old's not wired the same, man. He is a different bird, and did it again for trick or treat. He's one of his own. He just kept it moving. He wanted as much candy as possible. So
I like it.
Yeah.
Before we move on here, we got to point something out here. Jeff, I passed out Brussels sprouts in Ferrero Rocher wrappers. Enjoy your cheese like that. Okay, if you actually did that, that is just the most cruel, unusual punishment that I've ever heard of.
Do you a little truffle oil on that, Jeff, or what do you you getting truffles in the mix, or?
Jeff's gonna keep it classy. Yeah, you should have seen the picture he DM'd me. There's a chair and a key and a bag of something, and it said 1 bump per kid. And I was like, dude, I don't know if you know what I mean. Like wow. All right,
that's super generous. That's really generous.
Wow. Jeff, you're gonna have cops at your house, bro. 100%.
Yeah. He probably they definitely know he lives there.
Could be prison time. Yeah.
Jonathan in the chat sharing his stories. Jonathan puts his kids to bed at 5 o'clock. So definitely his kids don't know what to do with themselves when they're out past a certain hour. Are we supposed to be in bed, Dad? It's almost dark. Can almost see the moon. Truffles are expensive, Jeff says. Yeah. Off the rails already.
We'll be all right.
We'll be all right. Anyway, 4for4 bets on the YouTube channel. Move the line wherever you listen to podcasts. We're going to do our best to give you the plays today. We're going to build $1 million parlay as well. If you want to check out our Wednesday show, again, you can find that on both those spots as well. Connor and I we talked to markets, did a deep dive on the award markets this year, jumped into some thoughts on some of the week 9 games. You can check that out as well. Also want to remind you, you want to get all of our plays. You want to get in Slops Dub Club. You want to get in the 4for4 Discord, get the betting sub. Download Rebet. It's a new sweepstakes app. It's a sports book. You can do all sorts of stuff on it. It's got everything that you could possibly want. Use promo code 4for4bet when you download it. Buy $10 in Rebet cash. With that promo code, you want to use the promo code HIGHSLOP, not 4for4bet. Promo code HIGHSLOP. That's going to get you a free month of Slops Dub Club and a free month at 4for4. So download Rebet, $10, promo code HIGHSLOP. You get access to all the stuff that we're doing, all the official plays. Check it out. If you have any questions, reach out to us directly. You want to reach out to Slop, find out what's entailed in his Dub Club. He can tell you that too. You probably know everything that 4for4 has. Check it out. Insane deal. All right, let's jump into it. No stale bread, live lines, things that people can bet on right now. Connor, floor is yours. Week 9, first play.
Yeah, I think we got to start off here with a nice, juicy under, Slop's favorite. And so I'm going to go with Javonte Williams under 36.5 rushing yards. The Broncos, 10-point underdogs, basically. Tough matchup on the ground. Javonte Williams, super inefficient recently, and 3.8 yards per carry in the season. Ravens allowing just 3.2 yards per carry. Supposing running backs this year, only 5 running backs have even cleared 37 rushing yards, which is pretty wild to think about. And that all came on substantial volume. Also, last week, we saw Jaleel McLaughlin play really well. And Sean Payton said he's probably not a guy you want carrying the ball 25 times because he's not big, but he's certainly sturdy enough to take more hits in a game than we're giving him right now. So in my mind, that means that it's probably going to be closer. Maybe see a couple more Jaleel carries. Maybe see, I don't even know. Maybe see one Aldrick Estimate carry eventually. Who knows? I think he might still be in the doghouse, but still even a little bit away from Javonte in a tough matchup as big underdogs here, I think makes it pretty tough for Javonte to get 37, 38 rushing yards here. So this is very much an on-brand play for me. I know neither of you guys will like that, but I don't know. I'm into it.
I did look at under on longest rushes in this path because the same, like you said, people that have gone over done it on volume. They've allowed like a 3% explosive rush rate. Just bonkers. I mean, like most teams are like at least 8, 9, 10% league average. Some of the teams that are pretty poor at are in like the 15% range. To get teams sub 5%. Pretty nice look. Slop, you did shake your head no, and then he did mention the name, and you went,
No, I'm in now.
Okay.
All right, so what happened was I heard under, didn't like it, and then I heard the name, and you're right, Connor. There's no chance they're going to be able to run on this, like the Ravens. None at all. The Broncos are actually, believe it or not, they're not that good. All right, they might be like 5-3. They're not that good. All right, so they were able to run against the Saints. Remember that game on a Thursday night? That was also Spencer Rattler night, I believe. Am I right on that?
It was.
I'm pretty sure he was the quarterback. Yeah, so they didn't face an offense, and they faced a team that they could run on. That made people think they were able to run. They cannot run on but they're not good running the ball. So last week they had the Panthers. Panthers also terrible. So you got to throw those games out. And I'm just going to go right into my pick because it does, it's hand in hand with this. Bo Nix, through 225 plus, is plus 120. He has to throw for – they cannot run. Like, there's no chance they'll be able to run. If you go through and look, like I said, they played the Panthers, the Saints, the Chargers, the Raiders, the Jets, the Bucs, the Steelers. I mean, the Ravens are going to stop them. I promise you. So, through the air, guess what, though? The Ravens, horrible. Like, awful. Like, literally worse than the NFL passing yards to quarterbacks this season. Bo Nix, I don't know if he's good, all right? But I don't think you have to be good to throw for 225. Last week, we just took advantage of them with Jameis Winston. Remember how we said 3 touchdown passes? That hit. Yep. You know what I mean? He threw for 334 or so. I mean, it was just vintage Jameis, but we don't need 334. We need 225. You could even go 250 plus 210 at DraftKings, and that's not even that ridiculous because I think I think that the Ravens are going to score on the Broncos. Like the Broncos defense, yeah, they might be pretty good. But again, we've talked about who they played. The Panthers, were they ever going to score? Was Spencer Rattler ever going to score with them? Against, you know what I mean? Like you start going through who they played and you're like, oh, wait, yeah, I see the problem. Like they didn't play anybody. So watch the Ravens jump ahead, score. Bo Nix throws them back in. Like maybe they hang around, maybe they don't. Who cares? 225, that's nothing.
I kind of like it. 225 is pretty low bar. I have some maybe in the alt section that ties into this. We can get there a little bit later, but I'm fine with this. I think the process makes a ton of sense. It's just a matter of like, does Baltimore control the ball so much that the volume is hard? Then you start to need explosives from Bo Nix, but still think it's possible.
Yes, I see in the chat it says 212.5. Like, this is it's an alt. So it's 225 plus. Like I'm not going to do 212. You can at like minus 110, but I don't know. I can't do that.
Slob likes having the plus in front of
yeah,
things.
Just give me a plus sign. Makes me feel like I'm getting something.
Yeah. No, I get it. Connor, you want something to add?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I had it written down. I was like, it was Javonte unders or Bo Nix overs. It was just a matter of my brain is wired to play unders, and I didn't want to bet on Bo Nix. But I do think that the upside here is massive. I'm gonna have some alts in my alt parlays this week, for sure. Already also touched on another guy. Maybe some flop lag on Troy Franklin that you touched on, Noonan. His prop dropped like 18.5. So I don't know. We'll see.
Got some thoughts. Yeah, I got some thoughts for sure. Yeah, good luck. I think that correlates well. My first play. So Connor and I did our Wednesday show. We're handicapping games. We both liked the Bears. Thought the Bears were the right side. And then injury report for Chicago is really rough. Secondary still beat up. The offensive line is tough. I'm not necessarily like bullish on Cardinals because I still think their defense is terrible, but I just don't think there's a spot here where the game gets sideways. So I really like James Conner over 16.5 rushing attempts in this spot. This is minus 108 on FanDuel. It is baked out 17.5 in most other spots, or juicy 16.5. So the FanDuel line is really the preferred way to go about this. Again, he is kind of the lone dog at this point. He's handled 38 of the 40 rushing attempts the past 2 games for Arizona. So, really no Benson mixing in or anything like that. He's topped it in 4 of the last 5 games, even in games where they got blown out and game scripts got wonky. He still was running all over the place. So yeah, I can't imagine a scenario where this game gets out of hand. I was surprised that 25th in passing rate over expectation. Arizona's leaning really run heavy. Negative 7% over the last 5 weeks. So again, like you said, the Bears injury report makes me think they're going to be able to keep this game close. So 16.5 is a nice number for a dude who's just routinely in the 20s there. Connor, any thoughts?
No, we talked about it all behind the scenes. I want to play some unders, but the Bears defense, secondary, is just so beat up that this would be a great spot for Kyler unders, every under, if we knew that the Bears were mostly going to play defensively, but it looks like a couple of them are out. So yeah, I think this James Conner look is good. They're running the ball a ton. I think this game could be sneaky boring to this Rams, or the Bears offensive line is really beat up right now too. They have multiple starters who DNP'd basically all week. So I don't know. I think that the Conner looks good. Good luck though.
Yeah. Slop, any thoughts?
I want nothing to do with that game.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all unders. That's why. So everything you're saying is why.
Except Connor's over.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Well, let's move it. I got this. It's sunny out here. I got this little glare, perfectly.
Yeah, where is that coming from? Usually, I'm the one dealing with that. I got these shades right next to me.
Yeah. Well, so I get the little get a big window right here, and then that little half moon at the top, right above it. I got most stuff blocking it, but there's just a little chunk that's not blocked. But yeah, it's right in my face perfectly. So, all right, Connor. We'll go to Slop. Slop, your next one. Connor and I have our next play. We'll do as a joint release. Connor and I are in that one together. So I'll give the floor back to Slop.
All right, this is our last chance for this guy. It's Nick Chubb, 60 plus rushing yards, plus 120. Dude, he's getting that.
That's a good plan.
They're saying he's on a pitch count. He ran for 11 carries the first game and then 16 last game. So
16-yard pitch count.
Yeah, I mean,
16 carry pitch count.
That's 16. That's plenty, dude. 60 play, like that's fine. If you only want to give him 15, I'm good with that. But I think he runs even more. The Chargers. All right, so their run defense haven't been giving up many yards, right? But yards per carry, not so great. I don't know how they've managed this to like look like they're okay, but actually not be. Like Chuba Hubbard went for like 60 plus on him with like 10 carries. That team got beaten 26-3 that day. Do you know what I mean? Like James Conner went for 100 on like 19 carries last week. So, I mean, I can't imagine Nick Chubb getting 16 carries. I think he does get 16. I think they run the ball on him because I think they'll have success. So 60 plus yards plus 120. We could go 100 plus if we want. Like I think that is in play. Like, I think at some point he's going to carry the ball 20 plus times because I think they want to run the ball. Dude, last week he did well against Baltimore.
He did
50 plus yards. Dude. I mean, like it wasn't great, but dude, it was 50 plus. Like it's 60 yards, guys. 60. That's it. That's not a first half line either. That's for the whole game.
It's a full game line.
Yeah.
That just so happens to be Connor and I's play that we're going in together on. We should probably talk about this before the show.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it at all together, but all in, baby.
We did that last week where, I knew Slop. I should have known because Slop, big tight end guy. And you know what? It was tight end week, National Tight End Week. I don't know if you guys heard that. But somehow we missed talking about that on the show. And, considering that Slop's such a big tight end guy since at least 89.
It's always tight end week at my house. So, you know what I mean? Always.
Congrats to the wife. I mean, I don't know what else to say other than we probably should have talked about it, Connor, because this is our play. It's been bouncing around all over the place. We're playing 49.5 at DraftKings. I'm totally on board. We're all, that Slop said. I know Connor is as well. Just this bounced down from like 53, 54.5 when we had the Jerome Ford injury news. Jerome Ford's been out the last 2 weeks. I think he's back this week, but he was losing snaps to Deontay Foreman before he got his hamstring injury. They just made Chubb the team captain today to replace Deshaun Watson. He's talking about how good he's feeling. Like the vibes are immaculate here. And I don't think the matchup's that hard, Connor. So you want to add anything to the team Nick Chubb love here?
No, I think you spelled it out here. I was like going back and forth. I mean, this was up to like 56.5, 58.5. It moved down to like 48.5, 49.5. I think that's just a great buying point here. We're going through it. There's carries versus like yards. I mean, his carries right now is 12.5. Like, I think he averages more than 4 yards per carry. So like, again, like I think that the yards are a better play here. So yeah, I'm interested in Chubb for sure. And I played some alts too. So I don't know. I'm kind of into it. I think we're all in, which is, we'll see how it goes, but I'm pretty convinced here. I think this game, we talked about it too off air. Like this game could be like sneaky fun because the Chargers have been throwing the ball more and the Browns with Jameis can actually move the ball. And if they can run the ball too, I mean, this game could be like low key hot, like it could be pretty fiery.
I think Cleveland beats him. Like I've seen that 1.5. I think Cleveland is like better than them right now. Like we'll see if I'm wrong, but like Jameis is kind of legit. And dude, Nick Chubb, like I said, all the stuff he was saying, like I've watched those interviews, and he sounds like I don't know. He looked okay last week. Like that was one reason why I was fine with taking Jameis with his passing stuff and Cedric Tillman and even Elijah Moore and Njoku, because Chubb was probably not going to be Chubb against the Ravens. Do you know what I mean? And that was just a perfect setup for Jameis. I don't know if you can take Jameis now, like too much, because Nick Chubb could legit eat into that. He looked like he's back. Do you know what I mean? Like he looked fine to me. And that's kind of scary. Like if you ever take passing props, you know what I mean? Whenever they hand to the running back, like do it with the Jets. Whenever Breece Hall just takes off, you're like, this sucks. Do you know what I mean? Because like you're not getting those yards back, dude. You're like praying for a flag, and Chubb looked like one of those dudes where good luck, man. Like 60 plus is crazy low.
All the variations of it. We decided to go yards when we were talking about it instead of carries, just because if there is more Ford than we were expecting, Chubb can be more efficient and still get there on the yards, right? Because 20 plus yard carries are 1,000% in the range of outcomes for him. Connor had a good find here too. Zamir White is the only running back that's had at least 10 carries against the Chargers this season and failed to reach 64 rushing yards. So if you think all of a sudden Chubb's going to be the first guy to get 10 carries and fall short, I don't really buy that necessarily because I think he's just kind of a freak physically. So there's some good cuts last week too on the tape. They're like, oh no, this dude is back. So look, if you want to think that Jerome Ford's the dude, then I don't know what to tell you. He's not.
Enjoy the crack, man. Enjoy the crack.
Yeah, he's just not good, man. So yeah, I mean, you can play. It's all over the place, but I mean, if you're still low 50s, I think is very interesting. And I would play yards.
Dude, I'm looking right now at OddsJam on their screen there. It's 145 for this at ESPN Bet. I got 120. I'll bet it again. Dude, I'll take 70 right now at 250. Like what? Like they're like giving away money, dude.
Yeah.
Like he is 100 plus. Like there's a path to 100 plus. Like that's not that ridiculous.
Yeah, I couldn't find Longest Rush before the show. So if Longest Rush is posted now at the number mentioned in the chat.
Oh my God.
Yes.
100 plus is 750. That's not 750, dude. Like that's not, dude. That's not 750. The 100 plus, that's at most. If I was in charge at FanDuel, I would make a rule. You can't give more than 300 for that. Not for Nick Chubb, dude. No. 800. See, that's bananas, dude. I'm gonna bet my house like responsibly.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
like,
so we're all in
800 plus 800. We're talking Nick Chubb, dude. Maybe you heard of him. Like he could get 100 on one carry somehow.
Amazing. Yeah, it looked like MGM and DK had the best numbers when we went live with the play. There were still some low 50s and some other spots too. So shopping around. Sounds like Slop is getting a Chubb from Patrick.
Big
totally
Chubb
correct.
guy. Big Chubb guy.
Big Chubb.
Since middle school.
It's at least middle school for sure.
Yeah, at least. Could have been before. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think it's just such a good solid look.
So to end the Chubb love, but add another play here. We're gonna give a free play, a bonus play here. But it's
no
from
charge
Steve.
for this
So I bet this the last 2 weeks in college football. Kevin Jennings on SMU quarterback, over 217 passing yards on Caesars. This is 227 on FanDuel. This guy had 250 in the first half 2 weeks ago. He had like finished with 280 or whatever last week. I don't know what they're doing. Every week, Steve's projections have him for like 260 or something like that, and they price him like 210. I just keep betting it over and it just keeps winning. So I'm going to keep betting it until it loses. Seems like a pretty foolproof plan. 57-point total. I mean,
I was just looking at that game today. So it's like Kevin Jennings, like who the hell is it? Why do I know him? Because I don't know him. Hang on. There was something I had. Pittsburgh's going to stick around in that game. That was what I had. That was my notes. They're going to stay. I don't think SMU is going to demolish them. I think that they're going to score. So that means he didn't throw in the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? Like, because he was getting all his stuff like early. You know what I mean? Like, dude, he has 300 plus like potential in this game.
Yep. Yeah.
Pittsburgh's not that good, dude, but they can score a little bit. So you know what I mean? Like it's like the perfect breeding ground for, an over like that.
Yeah, I straight up know nothing about college. All I know is that Kevin Jennings puts up yards and that Steve has been giving me winners. So I had to give him a quick shout out here and for the rest of the show because it's a good look. So
dude, the McCord kid from Syracuse, 321 last week on him. Pittsburgh.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, and they lost 41-13. I think SMU wins this game. I'm just saying I don't think they run away from them, which is all you want in college football. The kiss of death is when you turn it on and it's 41-3, and you're just like, all right, that's done. You know what I mean? Like it's just anything. But this game should be kind of like back and forth type. You know what I mean? Like that, one of those type of games. Good Saturday night game, 8:00 too. You can't beat that. Yeah, that's living right there.
They started passing more, 254, 281, 322, and 258 the last 4 games. I mean,
yeah, he's going 300 plus. He is. He just is. That's what he's doing.
oh man.
I can't bet
I'm
college
sorry I
football.
derailed
I
us
might
there.
have to go to I'm gonna have to drive to New Hampshire, take a ride to Dick's.
Nice.
Yeah, see what's going on.
Live for your die, baby.
Yeah, I mean, they got him up there. There's only DraftKings up there though. That's the only.
Isn't that crazy? Like,
Yeah,
DraftKings struck a deal with like
that, but hats off to you,
yeah.
whoever did that, because wow,
You know what else you could play though in New Hampshire instead of just DraftKings?
What?
Rebet with promo code HighSlop.
Rebet. Oh yeah.
So
maybe I'll use Rebet.
Yeah.
I'm looking for him right now to see. I want to see what 300 is because that feels like a gift. It's not even Christmas. They're just giving us gifts.
It's November though.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
It was Diwali yesterday, so still it's holiday season.
Yep. Well, the holiday trifecta. It's the first one.
So we're getting in there.
First one's down.
Connor, I thought you were going to give the Browns Chargers SGP.
Oh, we got to give that out real quick then too.
Yeah, because this is like I don't understand the pricing here either.
All right, so we're gonna give a 3-leg SGP for the Browns game that we talked about. I mean, basically, we talked through again. If this game gets a little bit spicy, not even that spicy, a little bit spicy on Caesars, this parlay is 65-1, only 3 legs. Nick Chubb 80 yards, Lad McConkey 80 yards, has absolutely crushed against man coverage. Is playing really well. The Chargers are throwing at one of the higher pass rates over expectation the last 3 weeks. Their running game kind of sucks. So, again, they might just be passing more. And then Elijah Moore, 6 receptions. And that's it. That's the whole thing. $50, I bet, to win 3,300. Send it to Noonan, and I'm like, this is it's not like we're betting the max of the alt ladder here. Like, these are pretty within the range of outcomes here, I think, for all these guys here pretty easily. I think they actually at least Moore and McConkey, I think both hit this last week alone.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they could all have more than this.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
There are higher legs. Yeah, you can take it up, but this is
if you want, you're not really going to the top of what they're capable of. They could all do a couple more than this.
Noonan, you had some Elijah Moore notes too, right? I think you released a play. You and Stu released a play earlier on him. I just don't remember exactly what the rationale was, but he's seen a ton of targets from Jameis. So
yeah, I think there's also a little bit of he's going to play, so I'm not really concerned per se about David Njoku, but he's dinged up a little bit.
He's on the injury report now.
Didn't practice Wednesday or Thursday.
You know what we always talk about though, Ryan? I think that's bullshit. I think that
I know
it's
probably just resting him.
Hey, you want to sit? He came in and they're like, dude, you don't got to practice if you don't want to, bro. Just hang out. We'll say your fucking foot hurts or whatever. I don't care. You know what I mean? That's what they do. That's what they're doing. He's fine. He's going to catch 8 balls for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, 8 targets last week. Led the team in first read targets, almost 30%. Just, again, he's just a safer dude, right? He's the larger A dot for Judy, larger A dot for Tillman. You get more scheming, more underneath stuff for Elijah Moore. So just naturally easy for him against the slot. We've seen some teams in the slot crush against the Chargers defense. I just don't think is as good as some of the underlying metrics will tell you because they haven't really played anybody.
Dude, this is so perfect for it's so perfect. This is why it's priced that way. But if you watch them, dude, they are not that good. I promise they're not that good.
Yeah. I was telling Connor too, they're using different guys in the back end. No one's really got injured. It's just they seem to not know who they want to play on the back end. Cam Hart, the rookie, is getting a lot of snaps. Some guys that were playing a ton for them are just getting benched. I don't think that they believe that they're actually really strong, especially in the secondary too. And, the front is something you can run on. I thought you'd be able to run on them all season long. I've been surprised. I think it's a great coaching staff. They're obviously Minter and Harbaugh coaching them up, but it's not a great talented unit that definitely can get exposed here down the stretch against teams that have some offensive firepower. And I think we think Jameis-led Browns team has it with Chubb back, especially. So there's some fireworks here.
Schedule maker's their best friend.
Yeah, I'm going to play probably a couple different variations of that with those guys. I don't know if anyone else really stands out. Maybe some Tillman alts instead of Moore randomly, because I think there's some massive upside scenarios here in this game. Again, probably not a ton of money, but maybe just 4 or 5 different like $25, $50 ones. Because I think one of them's hidden, and all it takes is one. Again, it's 60 plus to 1. I think that one of these has a good chance to hit. So
yeah, love Lad 52.5 was the number, but yeah, love Lad.
One more thing on your boy Jennings, 7 plus 750 at FanDuel for 325.
Really,
Saturday night game, people fired up.
I'm betting that right now.
God, that's living right there, dude. We have our softball party, the end of the year pop, the tip smash and bash. So we won the whole thing this year. So it's gonna be, we're rolling out the red carpet for ourselves this year. That's Saturday night during this game. So somehow I need to figure out a way that I can get down on that, because how else can you celebrate a championship by winning a plus 750 bet that has no chance of losing? You know what I mean? I'm telling you, my weekend is starting to look up. It's set up pretty perfect. Yeah.
All because of Kevin Jennings and Nick Chubb. Imagine Saturday night, Kevin Jennings, Nick Chubb Sunday night, 100-something yards. I mean, it's his
parlay. 750. I don't even know what Chubb was. What is it? Plus 800? Jesus, dude.
Yeah. That's hot.
It doesn't even feel legal.
Yeah, it seems
right. Technically it's not in Massachusetts, but yeah. So there is that, but
true. Well, New Hampshire lets you do it. So
no FanDuel. I'm gonna have to drive all the way to Connecticut. But I can do that. It's not very far.
All right, so that's it with official plays, I think. Some other stuff that I like when I shop around. Let's get into some alts, maybe some uncorrelated. Well, before I want to touch on that uncorrelated to kind of piggyback on Slop's thoughts on Bo Nix. Some flop lag here on Troy Franklin, who was kind of one of our only misses here last week, which is just so bizarre that all of a sudden Franklin's not running the routes that he had been running after, just seemed to be emerging. Coaches are talking about how much they love him. Bo Nix talking about it too. And then he's just holding water all day on Sunday. But we want to go back to the well against Baltimore. It's the place to do it. And when you look at what's happened this season, Ravens mixing in a decent amount of man coverage. And the difference between man and zone for Franklin, even on limited snaps, is massive. He's got 13 catches on the season. It's not a lot. 7 of them have been against zone, 6 against man. He's run 56 fewer routes against man. He has a 45.5% target share against man. His boy Nix trusts him deep down the field in one-on-one situations. Uncorrelated Franklin, under 2.5 receptions, 40 plus receiving yards, is 31-1. Pretty. We like 9-1 for these, 13-1 sometimes. 31-1 for Franklin to go under 2.5, 40 plus. So that one's absolutely cooking with gas.
Wow.
Weren't we talking about AJ Brown too? Like if we want,
we're going to be if we haven't yet.
AJ Brown uncorrelated is probably good too, because I just don't know the volume that we're going to get from the Eagles.
Yeah.
And just alts in general, I think are great because he's just going to shred this Jacksonville secondary. He's going to make the Jag secondary's child.
They're not playing as much man as they were before, but they still play a lot of man. And
so under 5.5 receptions, and then over 90 yards. You know what I mean? Like throw him with Franklin with that. Now people are talking. You know what I mean? People are saying
you're getting up there. You're probably getting up there close to 100-1 with those two legs alone. Considering
throwing our boy Kevin.
Throwing our boy Kevin Jennings. Yeah, 2 uncorrelated and Kevin Jennings. Why not us? That's so good.
Right away. I think they know who made that parlay. They know where that came from. They're like, did you guys see Move the Line? Let me watch this and see what happened. I bet you this came from them.
They could identify that one for sure. Let's see what we got. AJ Brown on FanDuel under 5.5 is minus 122. And then AJ Brown alts. 80 plus is basically his prop. Let's get a little spicy. 100 plus.
100 plus.
14-1. AJ Brown under 5.5, 100 plus, 14-1 against a shit Jag secondary.
Should be more.
Yeah. and then we'll see Slop's dream here.
Yeah,
we'll just see what Franklin does to this, just to see.
It's like 400 to 1 or something like that.
It's got to be bonkers.
It's
what Kevin's doing. That's at FanDuel, right? 325.5, or so 325 plus is plus 750 for Kevin. He's getting that, dude. Dude, against Stanford, it was 40-10, and he went 322. If Stanford would have just like showed like a pulse, like for a minute in that game, he would have thrown for 500 yards. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, we gotta get there. Franklin, see 40 plus. This is 600 to 1.
It's not bad.
600 to 1. Okay.
Yep.
I think that works. I mean, are we
$10 to win 6,000? You know,
2 guys handling business. That's it. That's all that is.
Yeah. 25 to win 15K. It's not a bad day. Just 2 guys.
Feels pretty good. Yeah, just 2 guys just doing what they do.
It's guys being dudes, you know, it's fun.
Yeah, just not getting tackled. Just catching a ball and just not getting tackled.
Yeah, it's not catching a lot of balls, just catching a couple of balls.
Just catch like 1 or 2 and just don't get tackled.
Imagine not having that in the wheelhouse on Sunday. I mean,
I'll be honest with you. Like, imagine literally like looking at your Pickett or whatever you got to like, aggregate all your bets and not seeing something like that happening. Like, that's crazy.
All right, with you adding Kevin Jennings 300 plus.
325, dude. Come on.
325. Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, all the way up. All right, all the way up. $20 to 100 grand.
There's no way that loses, dude.
10 to win 51. I mean,
the fun part about that is we'll know Saturday night. Those other 2 guys are doing it. We're just waiting for Kevin hits. We're all set.
Waiting for Kevin, dude. I love this guy. Kevin Jennings is my new guy.
Nah, dude, I'm gonna drive to Connecticut for this kid.
If Kevin Jennings hits this, I mean, we're starting a new NIL fund for him called Move the Line. I mean, this is
the Move the Line NIL. That sounds legal.
It's totally legal.
Gambling NIL seems not legal, but I'm sure we can find a loophole.
There's got to be a way.
Yeah, we're a sports media company, though, Connor. We're not like a gambling company.
Valid point. We just talk about gambling.
We on this show, but as as a corporation, we have a number of platforms and apps, and we can find some sort of shell company to finagle some of this in. So it's rough. We're off and running here. So
dude, I was
bonus sub parlays.
Born to lead a shell company. You know what I mean? Like, I was born to do that. That's what I'm here for.
AJ Brown was definitely on my list.
Brian 20, he's got Army. Like, we're now a college football show.
Yeah, Brian, this is another language to me. I don't understand. Like, I don't know anything about these teams.
Army is going to score they're dropping a 40 burger on Air Force tomorrow. It's at noon. All right, 11 for you guys. That's a gift. There's no chance they don't score 40. No chance. I took them over 35 plus. It was like plus 128. You know what I mean? Just for something to do while I eat my lunch, and it's gonna be great, dude. At noon. Yeah, so no, Brian's on to something. Like, he's right. They are going to just curb stomp the Air Force. It's bad.
Love it.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
This is great. Just to add Kevin Jennings to every bet. It's like when we had Houston money line against 16 seed on the first day of March's Madness. Yeah, it's just like a throw in there. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, a little plus 750 throw in.
Yeah. Play it as if it's a minus 4,500 money line.
Yeah.
I'll bet a full unit on Kevin.
We do have a question here from Jake Lewis. Shout out, Jake. What about our boy Jalen Coker? It is Coke season, boys. I mean, this is like first off.
Well, Jeff told us yesterday.
Yeah, well, Saints are missing multiple secondary members. Thielen out. We just heard. I think it was either offensive coordinator or the head coach say we're going to keep feeding the ball Jalen Coker. We're going to keep his workload the same. He's doing really well. He saw like a 20-something% first read target share last week. I know Bryce Young sucks, but Bryce Young gave multiple big games to Adam Thielen last year out of the slot. So it's not like it's that crazy. I don't know what his number is going to come out at. Again, there's literally no numbers, at least what I can see. So I don't know. I'm definitely going to dabble in some alts for sure, but I just don't know what that's going to be yet. So
yeah, nothing yet.
I think you have to do this. Like, is there like how high are we going here? I mean, 70 plus. I mean,
on Coker.
Yeah.
I mean, what do we think the binary line comes out at? Is just
we don't have anything
30
for
something.
him. Yeah, that's
I would say
there's literally nothing for him. That's unfair. That's
high
unfortunate.
30s, low 40s max. If it's in the 50s, I would be shocked. I mean, that's
no shot. It won't be.
I mean, if
the
it's
No
in the
way.
20s,
No.
you know,
Yeah.
pants are off in the 20s.
I was
no,
thinking
no,
36 and a half, 38 and a half, maybe. Yeah, we're not getting 50. That would shock me. Yeah. I mean, look what Lad's been doing. Lad's at 52. Like, I don't know.
Do we want our Millie parlay just to be the one that we're already building? I mean, we're already kind of halfway there. Do we want just an alt parlay to fill out the rest of the Millie here?
Do you guys have anything on the list of alts or other uncorrelated that you like?
I mean, just throw Chubb in there. You know he's getting it. Like, he's 90 plus is guaranteed.
Yeah.
I mean, guaranteed. He's got 90 already right now. He hasn't even put a pad on yet.
I just need a Chubb Jennings parlay. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get Kevin in there with Chubb.
Yeah. What do you want for Chubb? 90 plus 100 plus is 700. 110 is 10 to 1. 125 is 15 to 1. I mean, this is getting crazy out here.
Dude, I won't lie to you, dude. 125 is not out of the. I mean, it's not, dude. Dude, we're talking Nick Chubb, dude.
Connor, it's Nick Chubb.
Yes. It's not some bullshit guy.
Yeah.
Like, Nick Chubb, dude. He said he feels comfortable. I'll play you the soundbite. He literally said he feels good.
Feeling
That's
good.
all I need. That's all. I was like, thanks, Nick. Done.
I agree.
This dude squats like literally 1,000 pounds just casually for fun.
Yep, maybe more.
What? You know what we need to bet on actually this week? Most rushing yards of the week, Nick Chubb. That's what we need to be betting. Because there will be a great number on that. Because his regular prop is only like 40 something.
Dude, again, I keep hearing pitch count, and then you're like, dude, he just ran the ball 16. Like, how much more can you ramp him up? You ran him 6 times against the Ravens, or 16 times against the Ravens. Like, we're good, dude. Like, he's good. People
forget that Nick Chubb was like one of the best pure running backs in the last 15 years. Like, I mean, he's legit awesome.
He's unbelievable. I mean, he's an SEC guy. I mean, he's been doing it for years.
Yeah, I remember the Pats took Sony Michel instead, which is
it was smart. They could have got Lamar too. You imagine that? You go from Brady to Lamar. Bill could have done it. He could have pulled it off, but instead, hey, let's get Sony Michel. Kick the tires on 2 torn ACLs in college. That should work out well. Give him first round money.
It did not. Turns out it did not.
We are at $10 to win 400,000 already. So I mean, we literally need one more play and we're done. So I mean, this is going to be the smallest $1 million parlay in mankind.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to tighten up when you're going for $1 million. We've learned that.
I mean, and I only did a Chubb 100. I didn't even do the record-breaking 120, the 125 or 1.
Oh, he's getting $125, dude. Like, I think he's having a coming out party. I think seriously, like, he's gonna have like a Nick Chubb flag. Maybe he plants at some point in the game. Like, it's gonna be one of those games. Like, it's gonna be just God damn, he's good, dude. Yeah, when he scores.
Do you guys have any Chris Olave thoughts?
Yes,
I like him, but I don't like the Panthers. And what could happen? Aren't they playing the Panthers?
They are.
They are.
Yes. What could happen there is you're cruising, you're killing it, and then all of a sudden you're like, yeah, Bryce Young sucks, and they just keep doing these run plays because this game's over. You know what I mean? And now a once promising afternoon turns into some just random game for Olave. I do think he could go off, but what if you think the Panthers can score and just kind of keep it going a little bit? He's 100 plus.
Yeah, part of it is to Connor's point, like a little bit of a depleted defense there on the Saints side. So like, it's still a tough.
You can run on him though.
Yeah, it's a tough.
So maybe that does maybe that keeps Carolina involved because I don't think they're going to be there because of Bryce Young. Like he's literally not good.
The Saints though are without Jamal Williams. They're without Kendra Miller. So it's just gonna be Taysom Hill and Alvin Kamara. So I mean, like. I think that they run the ball a lot, but I mean, like, are you really going to run those guys like 40 times?
Yeah, no. All I'm saying is the only reservation I'm giving.
Yeah.
Alt-wise, what if the ball just gets into the end zone because of someone else? You know what I mean? Like, and then all of a sudden you're like, damn, dude, if they only need to score 27 and they know it, you know what I mean? Like, we're fucked. But the 27 could come from Olave. Like, he should just dominate that matchup.
He crushed last week with Rattler, and now we get Carr back.
And now we got a real quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm okay with Olave. Like, what's his number? Like, I guess what I'm saying, everybody has a price. So
65.
64. Yeah, 64 and a half, 65 and a half or so.
Right, so what's 100 plus?
It's like 3 to 1, something like that.
Yeah.
It's not bad. The chat's going with two guys I like, Josh Downs and Otten. Do we have anything for them?
Yeah, I mean, I played Downs. Connor's in on Downs. Yeah, we played Downs today at 57 and a half, 58 and a half.
That
What about his receptions? How's that looking?
Receptions was 5.5 minus 140.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, we would need 9 receptions for him to get cooking, but we could do like
90 yards.
90 is plus 260, 100 is plus 365. We need I mean, we're really close. We just need
right, so him and Olave then 80 plus each. You know what I mean? Like that should.
Yeah, Patrick's been in chat mentioning
going for 100, right?
Yeah, I like Cade Otten. Tried to push it on Slop last week. He wouldn't get there, and then Cade Otten crushed.
Yeah, and he just crushed. Actually, he was in the 4-leg millie that wasn't, so it was a 25 to get 100K. And
mini millie.
Yeah, it was a little baby mini. Baby Millie, Jameis hit in that. Calvin Ridley 100+ hit. So I was kind of, dude, I was actually 2 Hunter Henry receptions away and 19 Cade Otten yards. That was it. That's all I did. I needed 100+ for Otten. He only got 81. And I needed 7 catches for Henry. And he only got 5.
Oh,
so
he dropped at least one.
It would have been 25 to get 100K. So I mean, it was like it was right there. So I guess the point of me I'm not bragging. I'd never even bring that up. But I did listen to you about Cade Otten. Yeah, I would never brag about something like that.
Well, to your point, it was like at the time, I think it was like 4.5 minus 120 in the show or something like that. So to get to where we thought it would make sense. So the other one in the chat that I was about to pitch to you guys too, I played Devon A-Chain receiving yards over 32.5. I mean, I think he's got at least 69 or so in like all of his Tua starts. I think A-Chain because a massive receiving ceiling in this spot. So I can get there on A-Chain, Downs, Olave, any of them.
All right. Olave 80, Downs 80, Chubb 100, Kevin Jennings 325, uncorrelated AJ, uncorrelated Franklin 590 to win $1 million. We're only betting on 6 players, so
that's pretty good. We see 6 guys to do stuff.
I just bet it.
FanDuel?
Yep, FanDuel, and I'll share the slip with you guys. So the best part about doing this on FanDuel is you can just put the little slip and people can just bet it.
Yeah.
So that's the good part here. The bad part is that some of the odds suck, or like you can't do random things and all that stuff. So
yeah, well, I can't do the Kevin. I got to get to Connecticut before I'd be allowed to do that.
Oh no,
which is bad, but I'll be okay.
Just a quick jaunt to Connecticut. It'll be fun.
Dude, I'll tell my wife I'm going to get something to eat.
Oh, that's so good.
Just run over real quick.
Yeah, just drive to Connecticut. So yeah, well, I mean, the place I was going to in Connecticut. Did I not say that?
Yeah, come on. Yeah, all right. That's hot. Oh, it won't let me bet.
6 guys get $1 million is not. That's not that crazy.
Not at all.
I want to win $1 million so bad. That would be so fun, dude. Could you imagine? Just be like, yeah, I won. Like how much? Like $1 million.
And I'm sure that one of the aggregators would like chop it out. That's not even you. Just be like, look, this some random guy won $1 million, and be like, thanks. They wouldn't even tag you. You know what I mean? This is like
no. Oh yeah. They would not say like where that came from.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with it. As long as just pay me. Just pay me the money, and you say whatever you want about the bet. Because I'm immediately going to start trying to win $1 million again right after that. You know what I mean?
Shut down a different book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the good news is that, I mean, you won $1 million. You're just in such a great spot.
That would feel so good. Like, I don't know if I would stop smiling for like at least the rest of the day, maybe even the next day. I have kids, so you know what I mean? Like the smiles, they tend to end at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, Ryan.
That'd be hot to win to win $1 million.
It's like, I want $1 million.
Seems like a good week for it, right? I mean,
It does.
I don't know. Just thinking
Weather's
through.
nice.
Yeah, it's coming into, like you said,
The tips
holiday
bash.
season. Yeah, it's to tips bash.
I mean, just makes sense. Just go ahead and win the $1 million.
Just so many things lining up. The country's about to get into just absolute bonkers
dude. Yeah.
shitstorm of
an election.
An election.
That's always fun.
You know what? Like, look, things are gonna happen. Whatever. Just I got my $1 million. I'll figure out whatever happens on the other side of it.
Imagine sitting there betting the election with $1 million in your pocket. You know what I mean? Like, I just won $1 million. Now I'm betting. I'm sitting around betting the election Tuesday night because there's no basketball. Did you know that? There's nothing to bet on Tuesday night other than the election. So get a Polymarket account. I'm telling you right now. That's all. That's it.
You know where else you can bet on the election?
Where else can you bet on it, Connor?
Rebet? Oh, really? I didn't even look at that.
You can do whatever you want. They're going to be launching everything. I think they're going to have blackjack on there pretty soon. I mean, this is literally the Wild West out of your slop. Sweepstakes are literally
sweepstakes, man.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Just if you're a sweepstakes book. I don't think they want to be called a book though. There's sweepstakes site.
Yeah, because it's like coins or whatever.
Website. All right, yeah. So bet the election on Rebet. Can you bet states? I kind of want to parlay states. Take Harris in California, New York, parlay that with Trump in Florida. That should pay. You know what I mean?
That would be electric sweat. Like, bet on specific states. Honestly, that'd be way more fun.
Dude,
you got to throw in like throw in a Pennsylvania just to like a strong lean on a minus 110 state just to
or
boost
just
your odds a little bit.
Dude.
You can get the simulcast going, maybe a little like Fox and One, CNN, NBC, just like have the whole like.
They have it. If you have YouTube TV, they have a quad box of news channels.
Yeah,
and you can just hover around the news channels. So you can go MSNBC, Fox, CNN, and like I don't know, it's like a new. It's not Newsmax or it's something like BBC News or something.
You need to pump yourself up. You know what I mean? If you got like Trump in a certain state, then just like watch Fox. You know what I mean? But if you want Kamala in another state, watch. You know what I'm saying? Like MSNBC.
Can we get like Red Zone? I mean, they all trying to have their own version of Red Zone, but it's all just like
we do. It's Steve Kornacki telling you what's going on in each county. I mean, again, that's MSNBC.
Zero Hedge on Twitter. I don't know if you've ever followed them. He's very good at he'll call the states before they actually get called, which that's always fun. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm pretty excited. Like I said, I got nothing to do. It's Tuesday night. There's no basketball. They canceled all the games. Or they didn't cancel. They just didn't schedule them. But I mean, you might as well just bet the election with the $1 million that we win. We only need 6 guys, dude, and Kevin doesn't even count. That's like, so we only really need 5.
He's a child still, technically.
Yeah, dude, by the time you even remember you bet him, he's already going to be cashed. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to wake up Sunday morning and be like, oh, what do I got? And you're like, oh, shit. One guy already went off last night. And sure enough, he threw for 4.
Promo code HIGHSLOP.
I mean, nothing sounds better to me than election simulcast, betting and arbing both sides, and then betting state by state, election drinking game. I mean, this is going to be an awesome Tuesday. Like I'm pretty hyped.
And going on Twitter because it's so positive election night on that app. Like,
maybe
it's a good place to
whatever side you're on, dude. Just go watch and just watch it. It's just like Jesus Christ. It's like meltdown central.
Yeah,
it was like that when Trump won. Last time it kind of wasn't. So I don't know what this time's going to be like. Because last time I feel like it was different because Elon Musk didn't own it yet. So I feel like there's going to be a different outcome because he's probably going to be in Trump's administration. So you might not see, you know what I mean? Like the kind of meltdown that we saw in 2020. But I bet it's still going to be pretty good no matter who wins, dude. So you're guaranteed fireworks.
Yeah. May as well make some money off of it.
Mm-hmm. Might as well get paid.
Okay, your popcorn. I have 2 last shout outs here, and then unless you want to rip through questions here.
Yeah, whatever.
First shout out, Kevin Jennings is only 20 years old. He was born in 2004, if you ever want to feel old. I mean,
that's crazy,
2004.
I was older than 20 in 2004.
Dude, I was already kind of old. Yeah. 2004. We had a bunch of hurricanes in Florida that year, dude. 3 right in a row. And it was awesome. There's hurricane parties for like literally 6 weeks because like you were kind of cleaning up after the other one. So like no one really kind of went back to work. You know what I mean? Like you were still like focusing because there's a new one coming. And that was pretty sweet. So shout out 2004. That was awesome.
Which side created that one? Was that a Dem hurricane or a
I don't know. Yeah, that was back when the hurricanes were just hurricanes, man. It was like
okay. It's before the government got involved,
dude. Anybody could get some, dude.
Sorry, I know that's too soon.
Republicans, like all of them, could just get rained on.
Okay. Well, yeah, I was still out here. I was in Illinois. I'd already moved out to Illinois, but yeah, I was old. So yeah, shout out to 20-year-old that we're betting on heavily. This
he was probably just like a baby. You think he was in Florida? He was probably in Florida. Hunkering down. That was when hunkering down came out. That was not something people said before, and then they started saying it during that hurricane season. Yep. So hunker down. That shout again, 2004. The gift that just kept giving.
Kevin Jennings hunkers down. All right. Other shout out here. Bleacher Nation Fantasy. There's some awesome matches we just talked about. Chris Olave to have more receiving yards than Jalen Waddle. And Jalen Waddle gets 14 bonus yards. I think that's still way underpriced. And then Chuba Hubbard with 11 bonus yards against J.K. Dobbins, I like as well. Dobbins has been so inefficient. So I think both those are good looks. They have like a massive board right now. First entry is $250 sweat free with the code sweat free. So definitely check that out. Legal in 30+ states. Good way to get some derivative action down if you feel good about one guy and not about the other, because they have the matchups on DraftKings, if they ever do it, lets you get down like 2 pennies. Love our sponsor DraftKings, but they just don't like you get down very much. This app you can get down $1,500. So pretty solid limits to start. And they won't squeeze you out unless I say so. So go play there, and I'll try not to get you delivered in.
Yeah, keep them in, Connor. Keep them in.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that was about it for me. I'll go through the chat here. We answered most of these. I mean,
I think most of the questions, have been mostly handled. Yeah. Kate Otten, I think both tight ends are valid in that game. I think it could be a good spot for Kelsey. Bucks have been really bad against tight ends all season, and then Otten too. Chiefs have, it's kind of been one of the weaknesses, just the way they play. I just don't think they scheme against it or played anyone super strong. So I think, Otten is definitely in play. Can make a little parlay there too. I didn't price out uncorrelated, but I think Jordan Addison, I think McMillan in that Monday night game, and obviously Xavier Worthy again are uncorrelated options. Franklin was the one I priced out that I like quite a bit, but those are some interesting ones. I'll give the people a sack before we go too. Ooh, not up yet. Sacks have been just absolutely destroying. Quentin Williams got home for us again last night. Sunday night football. After you've already got your million in the tank, you're like, you know what? What do I need to do in this game? Watch a little Colts Vikings. You don't need to put your full million on it, but DeForest Buckner is in a great spot against the Vikings here. He is up against in right guard. Ed Ingram has allowed 5 sacks in 20 pressures this season. He's been absolutely awesome when he's played. Came back last week and got a sack against CJ Stroud. Sam Darnold's taken a ton of sacks, and 24.7% pressure to sack rate is the 3rd highest in the league. And Buckner's going to get a sack. It's probably going to be FanDuel and DraftKings, probably, I don't know, minus 105, even odds to get a quarter sack on both those sites. So look for Buckner on Sunday night to get home and get a sack. It's the only one I got for you.
I'm in.
You know what I just saw?
What?
Dude, guess who is 3rd in the nation in yards per carry against Pittsburgh? They were funnel. They were pass funnel the whole time, dude. There's no way this kid doesn't throw for 325. Like, there's just no chance.
They're 3rd in yards per carry. What are they allowing? Like 3 a pop, 3.5?
It is 2.6 yards a carry. Tennessee is better and Mississippi's better. Pittsburgh.
All right, I need more.
I'm betting more. I mean, this is
last game.
I don't know how week 9 devolved into Kevin Jennings week, but here we are.
Yeah,
dude, there is no way this, because they can't run, and they know it. College coaches are so much more apt to just be like, "Yeah, we're not gonna be able to do that," and just move. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't fuck around. They don't, dude. Oh my god, I don't know why I just looked that up. I just looked it up. I was like, all right.
Yeah, let's see what we can get. I don't even know where we're
It's 325 at FanDuel's plus 750.
Yeah.
They can't run the ball. Like, they physically won't be able to run the ball, so they'd have to throw it.
Yeah, plus 450 for 300. This is getting sideways. 226.5 on Caesars, 227.5 on FanDuel. That's your best just normal numbers. If you didn't play that the first time, sounds like you should probably get in there. But yeah, some of these alts, FanDuel, maybe plus 154 to get 250 plus. Feels like that's a first half line.
Yeah, guess who was 108th in the country in passing yards per game allowed? Our friends, the Pittsburgh Panthers, who can also score on SMU. So this could end up being just a wild, wild game.
All right.
Like, this could be one of those, like, 500-yard games. I'm just saying it could be.
And
that's happened before, dude. That wouldn't even be a record.
On college.
All right.
Just so many damn games. You got to scroll forever to find it.
It's right at the bottom, dude.
You got to search it. Honestly, you got to search just Kevin Jennings, and then because otherwise you're going to be scrolling. All right. So the 6 legs again for Peter and everyone in the chat joining late. We did two negatively correlated. We got Troy Franklin under 2.5 receptions and 40 plus yards. We got AJ Brown under 5.5 receptions, 100 plus yards. We got Nick Chubb 100 plus rushing yards, Olave 80 plus receiving yards, Josh Downs 80 plus receiving yards, and to top it all off, we got our man Kevin Jennings 325 plus passing yards, plus 750. And I am also parlaying Chubb and Kevin just solo because. I mean, it's 70-1. I mean, we're going to get it. Both of those are hidden by halftime. So all in.
The Cincinnati quarterback went 298 on those guys. No offense to that guy, not that good. I mean, he's not Kevin.
He's not Kevin. I mean, let's be realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Kevin?
Dude, I can't believe this is happening. Weather's nice too that night. Upper 70s. Not a lot of wind, a little bit. Just keep the boys cool. Beautiful.
All right. I just took the ladders all the way up. All the way up. Yeah.
Who's going to play for the Titans? I mean, Tajay Spears is out. Tony Pollard is like beat up. I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah, Chestnut. Is that the next guy up? Joey Chestnut's the next guy up. His last name's Chestnut, but it's like it's not Joey.
Better than Chin Nut. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my.
All right.
On that note.
That's the way to end it. Great stuff. Happy Kevin Jennings week. Who knew? Thanks Boynton for, unintentionally derailing the show, but adding us some free money. Feel good about this. It's gonna be a good week. All on Nick Chubb. I mean, I haven't really had a unison play, I don't think. I mean,
$1.25. Calling it right now, $1.25. He's gonna embarrass those dudes.
Let's get it. All right, take advantage. By the time we see you next, the election will not be determined, but it will have happened.
Yeah, maybe a civil war. Who knows, dude?
Yeah, we can bet on who could get wild. We're gonna plow through either way. We'll be here. We will have, first of all have to victory lap $1 million win, $3 million win. We can't not show up that day, so we'll be here regardless. But again, if you want to take advantage of this parlay, you want to live bet the election, take advantage of the slop deal. Download Rebet, promo code HighSlop. You get into High Slops Dub Club for a month. Free betting subscription at 4for4, which is everything at 4for4 for a month. All you got to do is buy $10 of Rebet coin, which is just literally $10. And you can use that $10 to get down on the election, and you're good to go. That's it. That's all you need. If you want to play more, they have what's the first deposit match, Connor? It's pretty decent, isn't it? Like they'll match your deposit up to like $200, $250.
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, just do it.
Like a lot.
Let's do it. So download Rebet, promo code HighSlop. Come hang out with us all. And we'll be back next Friday to victory lap our $1 million win. So for Connor and Slop, I'm Ryan. We'll see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.